Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my makeup. Why? Because Brooke Ashley Banks is also doing her makeup in her video, and I thought that'd make it more fun. You know, Brookie got mad in my last video. Frankly, I thought she learned the first time with all this, but she didn't. She didn't. Round two. Here we go. So we're gonna react to her haters video while I do my makeup, and she does hers, and I think it'll be a good time. I'm not in a great mood today. I also really don't like Brooke Ashley Banks. She's just a hypocritical human that really bursts my bubbles, and that's why I love covering her, because she puts herself in a position that makes herself look like a saint, when in reality, we know her past. We know it. We've seen it. We've seen the real Brookie. I'm gonna spare you from that and put videos above where you can go see the real Brooke Ashley Banks, the one that is not the angel. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna drink me a good DC, good Diet Coke. Ready? That's a hair. It's mine, I'm sure. Let's get started. It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head. Now listen, I haven't watched the video, but it was sent to me, and apparently she's talking about haters. She doesn't like my video, the whole MLM thing. I don't know what they think they're trying to do with this other than give me more content to react to. But we're here and we're doing it, and it's Brookie Banks. Don't forget to put your commentary down below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoy it. And if you want to support the channel that is free and costs you nothing, just hit that subscribe button. Let's watch.
We're gonna have a little chit chat this afternoon. It is 2:22. I have my cousin slash besties coming over in 40 minutes, and I wanted to be able to chat with you about letting them. I think it's the most freeing thing you can do, is to let people think whatever they're going to think about you.
Thank you. She gave us permission to think what we want. It's very nice of her.
And to let them misunderstand you. Let them talk about you. Let them twist your words. Just let them.
Probably a little bit of the bullshit that's spewing out of her mouth. Excuse me. I am sassy today. I am on one today. I woke up a big old grump in a mood, and these lights, they're not supposed to do what they're doing behind me. Looks cool, right? I don't know about those lights. We're gonna figure it out one day. Twisting her words. I would love for her to be specific, and something that you're going to see with any MLMer who says they're twisting my words, they're haters, they're lying, blah, blah, blah. They're never gonna say what they're lying about or like specify anything, because they don't have anything to specify. Their whole goal is for you to not watch our videos and for you to watch theirs and just believe them off the cusp. I recommend always watching both.
Let them, like, don't spend any energy thinking that you have to correct. First of all, anything that you're passionate about and that you love to do, you're going to find a ton of people who hate it. There is not one thing that every single human agrees on. Like, right?
Yeah, but I think there's a lot more people who don't agree on MLM scammers. Specifically, like when it comes to people like Brooke, who are climbing the ladder, who have been a top leader, who are making their success, you like my wand? Thank you. Look like it's everyone's success in her downline, making them think, oh my gosh, I'm being successful too. But they're not. What's really going on is she wants you to think that her success is your success, but it's not. Are you getting the income that she's getting? Are you getting the bonuses that she's getting because of her success? Are you going on the trips? Are you getting the paycheck? No, you're not getting any of that. Her goal is for you to think that her win is your win, when it's not. It's just her win.
Not one thing. I love Jesus. People who don't love Jesus hate me because I love Jesus.
I think we need to hear that again.
I love Jesus. People who don't love Jesus hate me because I love Jesus.
That is weird. I feel like she might be using that as an example for something, but that's not right. I don't love Jesus. Let me put it that way. I don't love Jesus, right? I'm not sure what I believe currently. But what I do know is I don't hate people who love Jesus. I don't hate people because they love Jesus. And for her to actually use that example is, I mean, just wild. I think it's some kind of virtue signaling when she's saying this to try to make herself be in a different place than I am, right? Because me, currently, don't love Jesus. And I hate, apparently, Brooke because she loves Jesus. By the way, I don't even hate Brooke. She's just kind of a troll to me. And so for her to use this is interesting and very, very manipulative. And I love that she started off this way, because right off the bat, we see her for who she is.
And the Bible tells you when you fall into various trials and persecutions, if if they hated Jesus first, of course they're going to hate me, right?
So Brooke's being persecuted is all I heard. Brooke is being persecuted for being a scamming, lying human being. It's my opinion that she's all those things. It's also something that I like to point out when someone's being manipulative. For example, when someone says, we're winning, my whole team is winning, we're winning, but you're the only one that's winning out of the situation, your whole team's not winning, it's just you. You're just winning, and you're winning based off of their work. Another good example of like some kind of manipulative tactic is when people say, they hate me because I love Jesus. So I think there's going to be a lot of pausing throughout this. Be prepared.
I want you to think like that, but anything that you like, Taylor Swift, like let's use any celebrity for just a second. Let's use a celebrity as an example. I can name any celebrity, Taylor Swift, whoever, right? And there's going to be a whirlwind of people who love them and a whirlwind of people who talk crap about them and hate them. She can't sing worth a lick, this and that, this and that, this and that. Yet millions of people buy their albums, regardless of the haters.
Did you just compare yourself to Taylor Swift? Maybe she didn't. Maybe that's just me not understanding.
The haters don't dictate their success. The haters and opposition comes when you are successful. It's called success tax. It is a mark of success to have people opposing. When you want to make an impact in the world, you must expect opposition.
She's saying that she's successful, and because she's successful, there are haters. No, I disagree. I don't think because she's successful or because you're successful, that means you have haters or like makes you have haters. I believe that what are you doing that is making you successful? You're scamming and manipulating and deceiving women, specifically Christians, mothers who work from home, working moms, all of that right there, you're specifically doing that to them to grow your bank account. Brookie wouldn't dare show us the actual statistics of her downline. I would love Brooke to come on, show us the real numbers, right? Give us the real amount of people who are in your downline, and then show us who's actually winning. And by winning, I mean profiting. And by profiting, I mean making an income that's actually going to benefit them in some way. She couldn't do that though, because no one really, maybe 6 people she said ranked up. And that depends on the rank too, because they're all below her. And the ranks below her, like we talked about in the last video, are all really not making much money at all. So it's interesting to me that they won't ever show the real numbers. They won't ever talk about the real facts of the matter, the things that you can't just fake and lie about. I would just say, Brookie, if it bothers you that this is happening, why don't you prove me wrong?
Satan's not going to attack people doing nothing, right? So I want you to think about that when next time you feel like you can't do something because you're scared of what other people are going to think. Do they pay your bills? Are they living in your head rent free? Just think about that and let people misunderstand you and twist your words. Because here's I think a freeing life lesson. Most of the time, what somebody thinks about you or how they feel about you is something within themselves that is not right. I know
my husband just said what Brooke's saying is a cop-out for other people's feelings. You can kind of break that down how you want, but I think he's got some points there. But I also want to add in the thing within me, I guess, that is considered wrong in her opinion, is that I don't like people being scammed. I do this for a living. I call out people who I think are being manipulative, deceptive. To be Brooke, to move the amount of companies that she has moved, and to take the amount of people that she has with her, you got to be pretty good at a couple of things. One of those things is lying. The second one is putting on makeup.
All have had moments where we didn't like somebody or somebody rubbed us the wrong way because of an insecurity or a battle of our own, right? Like where you're just like, but really it's something that you need to fix in you. And so they oil and water kind of vibe rub you when it has nothing to do with them. They haven't done anything wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
When she says it has nothing to do with them, they haven't done anything wrong, I think she means like herself in this situation, right? Like I haven't done anything wrong, but they just have something inside of them that makes them feel this way. I think what my husband said is such a good point, because it is just such a cop-out for her to sit here and say these things, right? It is a huge cop-out for her to go, they have a hard time within themselves, or just, they hate something within themselves, which makes them hate other people, which makes them say this stuff. No, it really is just your disgusting actions. It's you, Brooke. You're the reason that I say this stuff. You're the reason that I'm reacting to this video. Nothing inside of me, other than my hate for your actions, are why I'm doing this video. Truly, it seems like there's something inside of you that's making you do this video. You're upset that I made good points. You're upset you can't really combat what I'm saying, but just use fallacies to react. It's giving a big strawman fallacy when she's distorting or exaggerating another person's argument being mine. I'm just being honest with what I'm seeing and the poor actions that are being done, and then responding to it how I see fit.
And so I think that is freeing to know, if somebody does not like you, Most likely it's some inner battle they're fighting about themselves. And B, you can also reflect on, why am I struggling with liking that person? Is it something within me? And I think that both sides end up totally freeing.
I don't like Donald Trump. Is it because I have something inside of myself going on that I need to reconcile with? Or is it because he's actually really hurt a lot of people, especially women?
How you live, you know? So I wanted to come on here today as we're doing some quick makeup and I'm having people over to just say, stop letting people control your life based off of what they think, what they're gonna think. And most of the time, the things that hold us back in life, we are held back because we care about what other people think. Which, how silly is that? Are you gonna have people who don't like what you do? Yes, you are. But you also are gonna have a heck of a lot of people who love what you do. There's not one thing that you can do that everybody's gonna agree on. And if you think of any career or hobby, roller skating, doctors, police officers, you know, Botox people, like whatever, there's gonna be a ton of people who love what they do and a ton of people who hate what they do.
Okay, why don't people like police officers? Some people don't like them because of police brutality that has been rampant. You have to ask yourself, what's the why? Why don't they like this? A lot of times when it comes to doctors and those different reasons, it's because of their personal experience. But it's not always a personal experience, even though I guess in this case it can be too, with me and MLMs. When it comes to disliking what Brooke's doing, it's because it's wrong. With my morals and ethics and how I see the world and how I think people should be treated, it's wrong to me. And I think that people should know.
So stop letting other people's silly opinions and misconceptions and the way that they feel about something and their insecurities stop you and hold you back. Because I see so many people.
I think that she's using the high school girl method of reacting to my response, which is to steer away from their own issue and what they're doing wrong. I call it the high school girl method because I just think of it being immature and teenage girls doing it, and try to make the other person look like they have problems, right? Think of that mean girl, that bully in school that was rude to people. Like if someone ever had a problem with her, it wasn't her issue, it was always theirs. They always have a problem. And to me, that's what Brooke is a lot of the time. Just a mean girl, a bully. But not in a bully that's going, that person's ugly, that person's weird. I'm talking about that high school girl bully who's saying and trying to manipulate the way people see this person's point of view. And Brooke, I guess my question is it a misconception or is it a fact that most people, 99%, don't make money in MLMs? Is that a misconception? Or is that proven by the Federal Trade Commission? Also, insecurities don't matter in this. It seems like she's projecting at this point. I don't know. Y'all can let me know what you think, but it just seems like she's projecting.
Letting the hate and all of that win. And I am saying, do not for a second. If anything, that means you're making an impact. You're doing big things. That's all they want you to do is shut up. Don't give them that. You know, you're clearly impacting people.
I literally don't care if she shuts up or not, but I do want people to know what she's doing, and I would like her to stop scamming people. That's all I care about. I feel like she's going to try to go from this angle of don't let people dim your light. Maybe you should change the light bulb. It doesn't have to be red and hurting everybody's eyes. I'm not asking you to turn it off or to dim it. I'm simply asking you to change what you're doing that is causing people pain.
You have so many people cheering for you that love you. So yes, when you get successful, when you get more put out there was just a girl that actually went viral, kind of overnight viral, famous. And she just did these like simple get ready with me. She doesn't sell anything. She doesn't promote anything. She just was using her channel as like an encouraging channel. And she kind of went viral overnight. And a lot of hate came through. A lot of very mean men, a lot of mean women, a lot of judgment. And she was kind of battling like, whoa, I went viral overnight and all of a sudden the comments are awful. You know, like,
wow, that literally sucks. I hate when people do that to other people who are just like trying to better the world. My question is, what does that have to do with this? You're not bettering the world. You're simply selling an MLM product and trying to profit off of other people's hard work by lying to them and deceiving them. And those people are not going to get paid. They're not going to win because the way MLMs work best, we know, is when most people don't win. I'm confused, Brooke, how this equals that. This is also a fallacy called the false equivalency fallacy. It's where you're trying to equate something with something else that doesn't actually make sense. Seems like she's having to use a lot of fallacies in the first 5 minutes of her video just to try to talk about it.
Awful. You can't have success and you cannot make an impact and truly affect people without people opposing it and hating it. And you know what? I don't even hate the haters. First of all, the Bible tells me to pray for those who persecute you. But
are you thinking about me, Brooke? Are you praying for me? Am I causing persecution? Am I persecuting you? Are you feeling persecuted? Some call that persecution, like Brooke would. Some call it accountability.
A, I feel sorry for them, and B, none of us are made the same. So I don't really take it to heart. Like, don't take it personally when somebody doesn't like what you do, because we're just all built differently. Some of us love money pieces in the front of our hair. Some of us are like, I would never. Some of you guys are all about wearing bell bottoms and flared jeans. Some of you guys wouldn't touch them.
Okay, that's interesting. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? That makes no sense to what we're talking about. I'm talking about, I don't like when people are scamming people, and it seems like you don't mind when people are scamming people. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about bell-bottom jeans and money pieces. Let's stick to the script. Like, let's stick to the main point, which it seems like she's lost. Probably a long time ago. And probably on purpose.
Doesn't make either person wrong, right? So we all are different, and how boring would it be if we were all the same? So I wanted to give you that pep talk, because whatever you want to go do in life, there is probably something that you want to go do that you are letting the fear of what other people think or say, or their lies or their misconceptions or whatever, stop you. Don't you dare. You have one life. You have one life, and you were given your passions for a reason, and you were given, you know, like, you were built how you were for a reason. You're not meant to be like everyone else. You're meant.
Hey, Brooke, can I tell you something? God doesn't like scammers. God doesn't like people in MLMs. I feel like I can say that and mean it. God doesn't like what you're doing. Why? Because you're actively, knowingly hurting people and their families, and you're also actively lying and deceiving people. And I think, I could be wrong, someone correct me, that God doesn't like when that happens.
To do what you're meant to do, you know, like impact who you're meant to impact. And so we need you. We need you to just step up and be who you want to, who you are, you know? So anyway, I had to go talk about that, because
I think it's such a good point, though I actually agree with Brooke on this. I think you should step out and be who you are. Absolutely. I think you should show people exactly who you are and not dim your light for anybody. Because if you're a good person and you're hiding yourself in, that is such a terrible thing. You have so much to offer. You truly do. And if you're a bad person and you're hiding yourself or trying to make yourself look a different way, then people will finally know. So you know what? I agree, Brooke. You should be exactly who you are and let people see it.
There was a reminder today, and it's just so freeing. And so, like, when nobody can hold you back, when no one has the power, first of all, the battle belongs to the Lord, and I got Jesus on my side. And when I am weak, then I am strong, because he's the one carrying me. So, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I got my Jesus.
Hey, I thought you'd call. What's up?
I'm actually not kidding about that. He actually did say some cuss words. That were
I
considered
know.
cuss words in the Bible. But anyway,
I know. Listen, Jesus, I'm not really sure what to tell them. I mean, I'm trying to hold back, you know?
that were considered cuss words in the Bible. But anyway,
Okay.
he's confused. I'm confused. We're all confused. I think. Seems like I'm
Okay.
confused, because what is
All
happening?
right. I'll let him know. Don't worry. All right.
He's
See you later. Jesus said, "What the fuck?" And listen, I quoted him. You know what? Jesus cusses. I'm actually not kidding about that. He actually did say some cuss words that were considered cuss words in the Bible. But anyway, he's confused. I'm confused. We're all confused. Seems like I know Brooke's confused, because what is coming out of her mouth?
Okay? But when you can live just like, well, stinks for them. Like, that'd suck to live in such a negative space. And when you just think about that, about like any opposition, you are so free. Nothing can get you. Nothing can stop you.
My space is so negative. We're all negative Nancys. At work, I'm called Sunshine. Is it because I'm so negative and down? Is it because I'm just so terrible? Brooke's one of my favorite people to react to, like I said, because of these situations. She makes it easy for me to be able to break things down that are bad, right? Because she says really wild things. She does really wild things. She makes really wild connections, and she uses fallacies, right? And it makes it so easy for me to just sit here and go, fallacy, 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 fallacy. I guess we're the negative club. I guess we're just the negative Nancys, you know what I mean? And if your name's Nancy, peace and love to you. I don't mean it in a bad way, but if this is what negative is, I'll take it.
And you are able to be on your mission to impact the people that you need to impact. And that is what I'm about. That is what I'm about, baby. Baby. He is carrying me, Jordan. Yes, amen. It's so funny. And you know what I love too? It was funny. It was in a sermon, kind of about persecution, actually this last week, okay, last Sunday, a couple days ago. And we were talking about how Jacob's brothers intended evil for him, right? Like they left him, Joseph's brothers. Joseph's brothers left him in a ditch, sold him to die, to be a slave. They were jealous and they intended evil, but God used it for good. And did they intend it for evil? Yes. People are going to do actions against you that they intend for evil.
What's evil? It's interesting watching her talk about this and her using what is known as accountability and just like showing people's true colors and changing the story, the narrative of they're just evil. You know, I think it might now be a good time. I told you I'd spare you from the old Brooke. Well, the same Brooke, but just from like a year ago. I think I might put a few clips in showing you what I mean. Ava?
On summer vacations every summer because of this company, and you're gonna tell me it's a scam? I bring in more income because that's what the Lord is doing than my husband who went to college. And you're gonna call this a scam? That is bullcrap. That is not okay. Your comments like that are the scam. The fact that you feel so, maybe you're mad. Maybe you're mad I didn't pay the college debt you did and I make 6 figures and built a house. Maybe you're mad.
We can't be victim. We're all grown adults who read a contract, you sign it, you know what you want to do, but then you get there and then you don't do it. And then it's like, oh, this is broken. No, okay? Number, don't do it if you're not willing to try to get customers. You have to be willing to get customers. You are in sales. You need to be doing this to make money, not to be spending money. If you're here to spend money, be a customer. Be a customer.
And you know what? In fact, I have a lore video. I totally forgot this. The lore of Brooke Ashley Banks, like an anti-MLM lore and like the background of it. And so I have that video, which I'll put down below in the description for you to go watch after this. And I think it's going to sum up a lot of why I'm saying and talking about what I'm saying and talking about when it comes to Brooke Ashley Banks. But I need to press play because we still have 20 minutes of the video.
But God is sovereign. God uses it for your good. Whether it's a trial I'm going through and I'm like, the Lord is using this to strengthen me, I'm going to come out of this fiery furnace stronger with him holding me and carrying me. Whatever it is, people can try to break you. What I love most about being a believer, especially in business, especially in this business, is that people cannot crumble what God wants to grow. And people cannot grow what God wants to crumble. I always say my business is his to grow or crumble. Either way, Jesus is going to get the glory. Either way, you know what I mean? Either way, I'm going to be in his will because he is sovereign and his will be done.
You know what's interesting to me is that every one of Brooke's businesses has failed, essentially. She's switched, she's moved over, and things started to go bad for her, so she switched again. But you know what hasn't failed? My YouTube channel. You know what's just been growing? My YouTube channel. Because of what intention is behind what I'm doing. Not because I'm cool or not because I'm funny or not because of whatever. It's because of the intention. And why do her businesses end up not doing great or her having to switch because something goes wrong in an MLM? Because of what she's doing and because of her intention.
So ain't no thing to me, right? Like, and so when you get a rest in that and think, if God is for me, who can be against me? If God is on my side, I will not fear for what can man do to me. You get to just walk in what you know you need to do and not worry about people who disagree. That is life. People are going to disagree. So I wanted to give you that word of encouragement because you have passions and purpose and sometimes people still do what they're called to do, but they do it just held back, kind of sheepish, like, I'm nervous, I'm scared. Walk out boldly knowing who is by your side and on your side and with you. And that's that. Like, they can try all they want. But when you got Jesus, nothing can stop his will. Boom. Okay. So we're just going to do some simple makeup. But I wanted to give you that pep talk, you guys, because I know more people need it. Just talking with a friend who was struggling today. And we got to chatting. And yeah. Okay, so let's just do a simple lip, simple eyes.
Are we done? Are you done with the haters, Brooke?
It's so exciting right now. I am onboarding 3 new women who have just recently partnered. You can actually partner for $1 or $24 if network marketing is for you. Is network marketing for everybody? No, I just posted about it. It's not. But is network marketing for a lot of people? Yes. It is. And it's changed my life from being a complete underdog too, which makes me more passionate about it, because if there was somebody who was ever set up to fail, it was me. And so what network marketing did for me, I'm like, more people need to know about this. More mamas and women, and they need to know. And they will know, because I will not shut my mouth. So people can join for $24 or $1, which is so exciting.
So for the rest of the video, she talks about her business and pretty much just like talks about her makeup, and then also talks about, well, she love bombs her team is what she's doing, especially those who recently joined. She's love bombing them. Wonder why? Maybe she needs some people to actually stick. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's that. Do you like my makeup? I finished just in time. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope Brookie enjoys it too. Hey Brooke, what do you think of my makeup? Fun? Cute? Pink? Thanks for being here, and there's lots of other Brooke Ashley Banks videos that you can watch, and there's a lot of other great videos coming, so subscribe if you want to support the channel, if you want to see more, and hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.